Hey everyone, it's Sprinkle here. I'm going to do a reading for the collective for the coming week, and I'm going to be using 3 decks today. The Psychic Tarot, the Angel Prayer Oracle card, and also Angels and Ancestors, the Oracle deck. So, wonder what we've got in store for the week ahead of us. I'm just going to do a little quick shuffle. I've already done a preliminary shuffle, so I'll just do a little one for each of the cards. I'm going to be asking Spirit, what is in store for the collective? What have we got going on within the next week? Thank you, Spirit. And also, if you could all just like quiet your mind and just tune in and just, you'll get the most out of it that way. That way you can just put some, put some of your messages in as well. Thank you, Spirit. Please just give me some clarity. What is it that we have in store for the collective this week? Thank you, Spirit. Oops. Thank you, Spirit. What is it that we have in store for the collective? Spirit, if you could please give me guidance on what it is that we have in store for the collective this week. Thank you, Spirit. I do hope that all of you have had a good week this week. I know it can be a little bit tricky with being in lockdown, and sleep patterns can be a little bit out of whack. I know my sleep has been a bit AWOL of late. I suppose we've lost our regularity in a sense, so, but anyways, I do truly hope that your week has, you've been trucking along pretty nicely this week. Or if you haven't, that you've got people around you that you can call, if you need someone to be there for you. Okay, Spirit, what do we have in store for the collective? Spirit, what do we have in store for the collective? Spirit, what do we have in store for the collective? Spirit, what do we have in store for the collective? Spirit, what do we have in store for the collective? I like jumping cards, so I see what wants to come out. Spirit, what do we have in store for the collective? Spirit, what do we have in store for the collective? Spirit, what do we have in store for the collective? Spirit, what do we have in store for the collective? There's quite a few cards there. Spirit, what do we have in store for the collective? Let's have a look what we got. Memories of love. That goes with that very nicely. Fertility. That's new beginnings. Some planning. Searching around for some wishes. Okay, I'm going to start with these cards to start with. Okay, so we got Memories of Love, and we got the heart chakra. Now they go really well together. Memories of love is about, fond memories. It can be childhood memories. It can be memories of relationships past. It can be, thinking about passed down loved ones, people that have passed on, and you're getting fond thoughts, and there could be anniversaries that have come up in terms of people passing away, or it could purely be because we're in lockdown. We're thinking about, what are we thinking about? We're thinking about things that bring us joy, or we're connecting with our family more because we can't actually physically go and see them, so we're communicating a lot more, and it's I suppose we're reminiscing. We could be reminiscing on joyous times from when we were young, or even like just joyous memories that you've had. Actually, what's been going around Facebook a lot lately has been, you know, me at 20, me at this, reflection, look at me when I was young and this and that. And that's about bringing the past to the present, and with a sense of fondness. And I know that for me, when I see all of my friends who have were putting these images up of when they were little or when they were 20, and it's like it's heartwarming. It's heartwarming. It kind of I know for some it makes you reflect on the past. And of course, when we're choosing images to put up, we're choosing images that have brought joy to us, and you know, and it's connecting people. It's actually connecting people from our past as well. Like I've noticed that images that have been put up, then all of a sudden people that maybe we haven't communicated with for a long time, we're connecting again, which is your memories of love, which is, you know, which is your past joys, you know. And that's the heart chakra. It is. It's like it warms our heart. It makes our heart feel full. And, you know, actually, it's really important at the moment in times like this when we can't actually physically cuddle and we can't physically hold each other, that we share these beautiful, warm memories, so we can still feel from the heart space. You know what I mean? We can still kind of like, we can give them the virtual hug. You know what I mean? We can kind of send love. We're radiating love, and we're sending love out to each other, which is really uplifting. It's perfect, actually, at this moment in time to do that. So I say, let's keep up with these, you know, for the week ahead. Let's keep up with these beautiful memories, and, you know, and share more, and, you know, just share the love, because it's going to just help everybody, and especially help those that are struggling, because, you know, some people, it's really hard for them to be in isolation. Some people are naturally, you know, they're naturally happy in that space, and others really struggle with it. So, you know, for us to connect, it'll just really help people. So, yeah. We've got fertility. Now, well, actually, funny enough, probably in lockdown, I would say, quite possibly in 9 months' time, there may be some people that have got some happy news to tell us, because, yeah, there'll be certainly some peoples that'll be expanding their families, put it that way, in this period of lockdown. But also it's about fertilizing new ideas as well. It's a time where we can just, you know, because we can't physically be going off and doing all the things that we would normally be doing, or some people can, but a lot of people can't. So we're actually it's a time when we're actually, you know, encasing our mind, kind of stepping into our mind, and fertilizing new ideas, thinking about what it is that we want to do, what it is, how do we want to step forward in terms of achieving our next our next mission, or how are we going to have to change things because the world has changed, you know what I mean? So it's a time where we're fertilizing thoughts, and we're fertilizing new ideas. And I mean, can you look at her hair? It's going off. It's like, it's expansive. It's like the hair's become it's like become branches of a tree, and the trees have all got leaves on them. So it's like, it's a very fertile time. It's a very productive time for our mind to kind of really, you know, for our mind to kind of explore and dream, but also for us to kind of really root ourselves into some really solid plans. So, funny enough, what did I just get? I don't know if you can see it. Patience and planning. It's exactly, I mean, they relate so beautifully together, because it's a time where we kind of have to have the patience, because we have no other option other than to, can you see this? No other option other than to be in a space where we have to sit still. So it's a perfect time to think about and plan our steps forward. You know what I mean? And as I was saying, to kind of create new ideas and create a flow for the future. So, you know, patience and planning, because we certainly have lots of time to do this. I know patience can be a bit tricky when we kind of have to be in a place, you know, and can't move around freely, but, you know, really use it to your advantage. Use it to your advantage so that when we can move forward, it won't be erratic. We'll actually have a really beautiful flow forward. So that's pretty nice. And then we've got, I'm just looking at the numbers. We've got 7-7 here. Okay. And we have got stand your ground. So if you have a look, it's almost like a warrior. It's like a warrior figure. It's almost like kind of like you need to look. It's a fine balance, because you do want to, if you're look, it's not like it's with a card where there is combat. It's actually just kind of standing in. I see this as standing in your power. Standing in your power, just kind of like, you know, being the force, and taking on the energy of the sun, and just kind of like, you know, I suppose if it follows on from the fertility and the patience and planning, if we really truly utilize this time now to kind of work out what it is that we want to, how we want to move forward, then we'll be in our power. We'll be able to stand our ground. You know, we'll be able to speak our truth and be our truth and be in our truth, and shine brightly. Shine brightly. You know what I mean? Like radiate what it is that we want. You know, and fulfillment of wishes. It will. Look, this is actually a fertile time. I know this can be a really tricky time because we can't do a whole lot of things, but really, it's quite fertile. This week can actually be a really good week for us to really just kind of sit and contemplate and write things down. And, you know, if you're like me and you're a bit restricted with what you can do with your business, really kind of focus on some ideas forward and think about ways to adapt and to change and to be true to yourself, though. You know what I mean? Still stand in your power and be true to yourself, but it could be a really good time to create new abundance. You know what I mean? To actually create new abundance for our future. Let's see what else we got. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, if you could please give us some more messages here. Spirit, if you could please give us some more messages. Spirit, if you could please give us some more messages. What is it that the collective needs to know? Spirit, what is it that the collective needs to know? Spirit, what is it that the collective needs to know in order to make the most of this week? Spirit, what does the collective need to know to make the most of this week? Spirit, what does the collective need to know to make the most of this week? Spirit, what does the collective need to know to make the most of this week? Spirit, what does the collective need to know to make the most of this week? Spirit, what does the collective need to know to make the most of this week? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, what do we have? Okay, so we have got, first up, we've got Peace and Harmony, Archangel Raguel. Thank you, Raguel, for surrounding my life in a harmonious light. Actually, that probably goes with the stand your ground, right? So, I'm so sorry about the light. It's, you can't see, can you? No. Right light. So I'm just going to see if I can change this a little bit. I don't know if that's going to help or not, but anyways, it's a fine balance, isn't it, between being in your power and choosing which battle to fight as well. Like you want to be true to yourself, and you want to be you don't want to be taken advantage of, and you don't want to be, you don't want to feel like you don't have your strength, or that you're having to you want to be on your soul path. You know what I mean? You don't want to be doing stuff for other people all the time. You don't want to kind of like you don't want to be not you don't want to be you don't want to not give yourself love and give yourself focus and give yourself direction. I mean, it's good to do that for other people. You really need to do it for yourself as well, though. So, so standing your ground is really important, but you also need to do it where there isn't. You got to balance the you don't want to have conflict with it. You know what I mean? You want to stand your ground and be in your true power, but you want to do that with a sense of harmony, peace and harmony, so that it just reduces the stress level. You know what I mean? It's like it just makes life easier, especially if you're not able to move as freely as you would like to do. You want to the message that I'm getting, sorry, I'm being a bit all over the joint, but the message that I'm getting is choose your battles. Effectively choose your battles. You know what I mean? It's like you want to be in your power and you want to be true to who you are, but you also need to know whether it's worth your effort and worth your while to kind of be creating conflict or be involved in conflict. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just to let it go and go, my energy and my time is worth more than that argument, or is worth more than that stress that it's going to create. So I would say just, if you're in a situation where you're feeling a little bit riled up, just take a moment, stop, and just take three breaths and just compose yourself, and then just in your head, just decide whether it's worth the dis-ease it's going to cause you, because most of the time it's not worth your dis-ease. You know what I mean? So yeah, just take a moment to stop and reflect and see that you could have an easier way out. You don't have to here we go. Don't hate, meditate. That's exactly what I was saying. Thank you, angels, for guiding me to love through meditation. Well, that's that same thing, exactly what I was saying. Just take that moment to pause and to reflect and to go inner and just decide whether the conflict or the argument or the upset that it's going to cause you is worth your disharmony. Like, it's not. It's actually not worth it. It's not worth it. It's what you want to do is you want to be in a space where you can just be at peace and you can be harmonious, not just with other people, but with yourself, because that will give you that'll help the sleep, and that'll help the agitation that maybe caused from being in lockdown, or the uncertainty of not knowing your financial situation. Just kind of take that moment to decide what's most important for you. You know what I mean? What's most important for you and what's most important for your harmony, because if you're in a harmonious state, then that's what you're going to put out there, and that means that you'll hopefully draw people into you that are also in that harmonious state. And if you don't, just know that it's, just pick up and walk away. You know what I mean? Just let go of anything that's not serving you for your state of peace and for your state of harmony. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm a little bit discombobulated, but I'm hoping you get what I'm trying to say. We also got the divine physician. Thank you, Raphael, for shining your divine light upon my healthy body. So I think, I don't know about you, but I know for myself in this lockdown, I've been munching away of that food, and I've been kind of going to that fridge way too many times. So maybe it's a reminder that we need to keep track of what we're doing, even though we're in the house, that we still need to maintain we still need to feed ourselves healthy, because if we put healthy food into our body, it's healthy body, healthy mind. We need to, whilst we can, get out and do that exercise, or take a walk around the park, or get some fresh air, do some stretching, because it's really important. And I know at the moment it's like, I don't know about you, but I know about me, I'll put a couple of kilos on because it's just too easy to eat when you're walking past the fridge all the time. So, but maybe that's something that we just need to keep in our mind, that we need to look after ourselves, and it's not just our mind that we need to look at, it's our body and our mind. And You know, you look after your body and it helps your mind, and you look after your mind and it helps your body. It's a fine balance, isn't it? That's that. Now, what do our angels and ancestors have to say? What do our angels and ancestors have to say? What do our angels and ancestors have to say? They just flew out. I'm going to use these ones. Oh, okay. I feel like there's a bit of messages coming for me in these ones as well. Okay, first off, we've got the Hermit. Retreat and recharge. Well, we are in forced retreatment, aren't we? But this is, like I was saying to you earlier on, this is a great opportunity rather than sitting in a space of, you know, of a negative space. See this as a time where we can just stop, reflect, really work out what it is that we want. You know what I mean? It's a time to really kind of decide what we want, because we're not so busy, so we've kind of got to, you know, our mind is a lot quieter, which means it's a perfect opportunity to just kind of gather your thoughts and really work out what direction you want to go in. You know what I mean? We can change our direction at any moment in our life. We're never too old and we're never too young, so it's a perfect opportunity to see what other opportunities are coming our way as well. So yeah, but just take this time whilst we can, because once we're all systems go, we're not going to have this opportunity again as easily. You know what I mean? It's like, so this is the perfect time to just sit and to reflect, to do your meditations or to do your walking or to do whatever it is, but just kind of just recharge, you know, eat the good foods and sleep and do all those things that will help your mind and will help your body. So yeah, we've just got to make the most of it whilst we've got it, you know, rather than seeing it as a negative. See the positives in it, because there are positives in it, you know. There are positives in it. Guardian angel, you are not alone. And to me, that kind of comes back to memories of love. So I do feel like there's some of you out there that probably, because we are spending more time in our quiet space and more time meditating and more time connecting with spirit and connecting with our passed down loved ones, that there are, for those of you that are missing people, family members and friends and people that have passed, please know that they're around. If you want them, if you want to connect with them, you just need to reach out. You just need to reach out and ask them to show you signs. That's just, I mean, I'm definitely experiencing this very thing at the moment. So just please know if you're in pain, if you're sad, if you're missing people that have passed, or animals, or just beings who have passed, know that they're there. Know that you just need to ask them for signs. Just connect with them, quiet your mind and connect with your passed down loved ones and ask them for signs, because they're around. Like, they are certainly around, and at the moment the veil is very thin, so they're around. I'm telling you. Bask in the joy and light. We've got summer, and it's also a bee, and a bee is about community. A bee is pretty significant to me. Like, for those of you that know me, know the significance of the bee with me, so it's pretty awesome that this has come up. But also, what is the bee about? The bee is about community. The bee is about coming to it, the sweet nectar. You know what I mean? The sweet nectar. What does the bee create? The bee is the pollinator of life. It's like, you know, helps with the cycle of life, and just creates a community. That, you know, the bee is so much about community. And what have we got? What have we got whilst we're in lockdown? We have our community. Like, we're never alone. We're never alone. The bee, where there's one bee, there'll be many bees, because the bees, you know, the bees are part of a community. So yeah, what's happening for the week this week? Well, you know, it looks a little bit like there's, you know, we can have some fabulous moments, and then we may have some little bit rocky moments. And some people, the rocky moments may be because you're thinking about peoples or animals that have passed on, and others it might be, you're having, whether it be battles with other people or whether it be battles of the mind, but just take a moment to step back, sit in your moment of quiet, just kind of breathe, contemplate, and be thankful that you're not alone. We have community around us, and we have our beings looking, our passed on loved ones looking down upon us. So it's a pretty magical time at the moment, and I know I'm very thankful for the time that I have to tap into the magic. So I really hope that you all have a most fabulous week this week. Sorry I was a little bit all discombobulated for a while, but yeah, my sleep has been a little bit wacko lately, and yeah, I hope we all have peace and harmony this week. Lots of love to you all.